Welcome back guys to the PvP build for the Necrom chapter. I'm a Magicka Sniper this time with a crit damage base setup with 154% crit damage is possible with the setup. Let's get straight to the sets. Front bar Archer's Mind. Drops in the Dragon's Arena. Increase your critical damage flat and healing by 8%. And increase your critical damage and healing by an additional another 16% when you're sneaking or invisible. In total 24% crit damage possible. Combined with an overland set called Back Alley Gourmand. While you have Buff Foot active, your critical damage and critical healing again is increased by 13%. Never used this set before, 30% crit damage and healing, pretty decent. Combined with Deathia's Feet as Mythic, one Magblade Arcanist as filler, and Magplar the Veteran Ice Star for extra dot pressure. Armor types, 1 medium chest, 1 heavy shoulder, Archer's Mind medium armor set and Gourmand light armor set with 5 light armor, 5 impen, 1 well fitted and 1 sturdy, full prismatic glyphs, 2 infused and 1 bloodthirsty for extra damage on the jewelry, with 2 spell damage with Magicka and 1 prismatic region glyph. Front by 2HX for extra 12% crit damage. Thanks to the 2H passive, heavy weapons. When you hit a battle axe, if you have dual wield, go with the wield here. Flame damage enchant for extra burning. Magplar and Ice Staff of the Veteran. In defending for extra armor with the Berserker glyph for extra weapon damage. Alternative go with the Escapist points. By the way, make sure to put out the points of Trifocus, otherwise you will block with Magicka or the Stamina with an Ice Staff equipped. Skills on the front bar Calm Hunter for Major Savagery and Prophecy, 12% crit rate buff. Plus Minor Berserk, 5% extra flat damage, and Slayer for another 3% extra weapon spell damage, just slotted. Power Extraction provides Major Sorcery and Brutality, Minor Courage, 215 weapon spell damage, and even applies Major Cowardice for another 215 less weapon spell damage for your target. Concealed Weapon as Spellable for Minor Expedition, 15% extra movement speed, just slotted, 10% extra flat damage if you leave sneak, or if you use this ability during Major Expedition, deals a ton of damage and even sets the enemy off balance if you flank the target. So it's basically also our CC. Keep in mind, if someone is off balance, you can medium or heavy attack afterwards to stun the enemy. Merciless Resolve for the powerful Assassin's Willbow proc. Shadow Disguise as cloak ability. Make sure to use Shadow Disguise, we need it for Archer's Mind for the 16% extra crit damage, and for the Vamp stage passive, Strikes from the Shadows for another 300 extra weapon spell damage. Incap is ultimate, to increase the empower duration from 6 to 8 seconds, nice buff here. Magplar limits susceptibility for Major Breach and the 3 status effect, Burning Shield and Concussion. Race against time is snare removal, and for Minor Force another 10% extra crit damage. Vigor is self heal, and for Minor Resolve 3k armor. Debilitate as extra dot, reduce the movement speed of your target by 50%, super aids, and applies minor Magicka steal for 4 seconds. You gain 168 Magicka every second when damaging the target. So over 330-ish Magicka recovery. As Bursty, Shoot Offering, what else, and Defensive Ultimate Soul Siphon. ESO Shit Button. Another option is Temporal Guard, the Psychic Ultimate for minor protection. Raise Khajiit, the kitty gives 12% more crit damage and crit healing, definitely the best choice for this crit damage based setup. As Mundus the Shadow for another 11% extra crit damage without Divine Pieces, Smoked Bear Hunch for the extra stamina region, Vamp stage 3 for the Undeath passive, up to 30% damage reduction, Potions, the normal Tricep Potions, Attribute Points, 32 in Magicka and 32 in health. Without Deathia's Feet, I'm at 30k on the back bar and 31k HP on the front bar. CPs, Deadly Aim, Mastered Arms and Exploiter. Keep in mind, Concealed Weapon can set the enemy off balance if you flank the enemy for another 10% extra damage for Exploiter. Ironclad for another 6% damage mitigation. Red CP, Sustained by Suffering, Pain Refuge, Slippery and Celebrity. Combination, Pre-buff yourself with Merciless Resolve and Race Against Time. Apply element susceptibility and debilitate, plus power extraction, go in sneak, incap, concealed weapon, medium attack to stun the enemy into bow, and then spam concealed weapon. Let's take a closer look on the crit damage. The maximum value is 154%. This value is possible. The crit damage base value on every class is 50%. We are Khajiit, means we get another 12% through the Khajiit race passive, Fed in Ambush. 10% extra crit damage thanks to Hemorrhage, Nightmare passive. 12% extra crit damage thanks to Heavy Weapons, the 2H passive with a Battle Axe slotted. 2% with the Medium Armor passive, Dexterity. You can push this value of course with more Medium Armor pieces. With our 2 sets, Gourmand 13% and Archer's Mind another 24%. Shadow Mundus for another 11% crit damage. Minor Force 10% crit damage thanks to Race Against Time. And last but not least, with Elemental Susceptibility, we proc the Chilled status effect, and the Chilled status effect has the chance to proc the Minor Brittle effect for another 10% extra crit damage. Effectively, I'm at around 130 to 140%ish. With Minor Brittle, 154% crit damage is possible. That's brutal. Here we are at the end of another PvP build. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, enjoy the gameplay footage, and I'll see you guys hopefully in the next video. Peace.
Hello there.